Everyone back from the break, we settled down, settled down. There, over there, two people, we settled down. Okay, let's get on with it. So if you, okay, no one noticed, never mind. I stopped before the break. When did I stop? When I started doing, I started running and running again. My injury got, it got better and I got better. The pain went away and I started running again. And it was easy for me to pick up from where I left because I had the support of a lot of people. I had people to motivate me. I had people to tell me where I was going wrong. More importantly, I had a very expensive watch which helped me do all that. And in the same way, we have a very expensive person, someone who's busy has taken the okay, no, okay, no, okay, no, not that, not that. Expensive as in qualities. No, okay, just forget, everyone just forget it. Forget what I said. Just is it from the Theo would disqualify. Fine. Yes, I forget that. I'm sorry. But let's have Kendall to give us feedback on how we can know where we were bad, where we were good. Just like the way mine was best. Okay. All right, excited? Yes. Every time when an evaluation session used to come up, at least when I was in first year and I just joined Toastmasters, I used to think, what is the evaluation section and everything? I mean, yeah, I gave a speech. That's a good start, right? What's wrong with it? Why do you need an evaluation? Now, through the session, you'll get to know why you need an evaluation. There's always this perspective that general evaluation is the villain of the meeting. In fact, he or she is not. I think general evaluator is not an antagonist, but the protagonist of the meeting. Okay? We'll look at how the evaluation system goes. But before I get on with a few pages of my evaluation, let's call upon the evaluators for today's meeting. Firstly, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Sharanya, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Abhinay.
Thank you, General Evaluator. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Toastmaster Abhinay for finishing her L1 PO. You started off very politely telling that your throat wasn't okay. I think that is something you all can do in our speeches also. Just tell people in advance that you're not in good condition and they keep that in mind. Then you told intersection of dreams and reality, and that is your goal. That is very nice to hear. You also said that your passion is dance, and you also used the word happy hormones to indicate that. You actually taught us a lot through your speech today. You mentioned 5 principles, which is staying in shape. Some of them are like creativity, being productive by reading books and novels. You also gave us a lot of suggestions on some books and novels, which even I would like to look into. You also told about how you take into consideration finance also. Then you described taking a step in life as a dance step, which is it's a very interesting comparison because you describe your passion as dance and you're using that as like a step in your life. First, let me tell you some good points about your speech. I think you had very good eye contact and you weren't scared to look at the audience. Even you had very good clarity, even though in the middle you kind of stopped a little bit. You did not use any filler words and you just stopped, thought, and then you continued. Then you actually made me interested in your speech. Like, I want to have a hobby of mine that I could say that is a way of me dancing in my life. Now, I would like to suggest some improvements so that next time you give a speech, you can keep those in mind. I think we can use a little more vocal variety. Like when you're talking about the principles, it can have more of a serious tone. And when you're talking about it actually had a bit of structure, but it could have been more clearly segmented. Uh, Now, I would like to tell that after your speech, I noticed that your pathway is motivational side, which is, I think, perfect. I think it really fits.
Can you have a background of applause for the speaker and the evaluator? Firstly, Toastmaster Abhinaya, congratulations on your icebreaker. First big step in Toastmasters. Well, to summarize your speech in 3 to 4 points, firstly, I love the introduction in your speech. You started out with a lot of energy. That's something an icebreaker definitely needs because it's more about understanding the structure of a public speech. So I think that part where you included energy in your intro, that's something I love. Secondly, the one improvement that I want to give you is you wandering around a lot of things, right? Now, this is a problem for every one of us when we don't stick to something called, someone want to complete that? Script. So script is something that's really important in the speech. Before delivering your speech, writing the script and practicing it. I wouldn't say that once you're into 2 to 3 pathways of your Toastmasters journey, you might have that thing in your mind where you can see that you can make a speech without actually writing a whole script. But you can definitely, sorry, but you can definitely deliver a speech that has structure. But when you're starting out in your journey, this is for every one of us who are just starting out, write a script. All right, that's the only improvement I have for you. Other than that, an amazing speech. Great job, man. Next up, the evaluated Toastmasters Rania. Well, I love that you start on a very positive note while giving the evaluation. That's an important aspect of an evaluation. More than anything, an evaluation needs encouragement. Next time, the speaker should be able to come onto the stage and deliver one more speech. It's the point of giving an evaluation. I think that's something you've done really amazing. Next up, the one improvement I would like to give you is evaluation is really not totally about summarizing the speech. Almost in 1 minute 40 seconds or 1 minute 50 seconds, you're summarizing her speech. But then, how can she improve that speech? You gave points that she did really well. What can be better? But how can she be better? You told what can be better, but how should she improve those points? So there are a few suggestions that you could have given. Other than that, an amazing evaluation. A big round of applause once again to the speaker. All right, next up, we'll be having Toastmaster Angelina, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Ganesh. On to the stage, please.
Thank you, General Evaluator. He is what he is, and what he is, you shall know. Well, after your speech, I did go through a metanoia. Give a round of applause, please. Now, apart from the traditional method of sandwich method, I would like to adopt the glove method, namely G for gestures, L for language, O for originality, V for voice, and E for energy. Now let's begin. Let's begin with gestures. What does the caveman do? The part I like about this is that when he pointed at the caveman, or just supposedly over that, he didn't point with just a finger, because sometimes people would try to direct it to someone and try to tease that person. So that didn't happen. Instead, he took out all his hands and showed, what does the caveman do? That is a really interesting part. And when it comes to eye contact, I believe you were focusing on both your left and your right, but you weren't looking at the back. So that would have been even better because I felt that you give more attention to the front than the back. Next coming up is language. Bittersweet bit of both. We did speak about the pros and cons of not feeling well, but having our mother there to back us up. And it made us think about our own family. Like most of us are living in hostels right now. So it's kind of a nostalgia there. So that was interesting. Originality. You did take gravity of the situation. And the original quote from your speech is using your voice to mend hearts or break things. I like the fact it's not pessimistic or optimistic, but realistic. It made us understand that life is all about realism and not just one sided. Your voice modulation was pretty much to the point. You have also used another prop, that is a song, to convey what you wanted to tell your audience. And there was good voice modulation there as well. Keep it up. E for energy. Nice start. Usually people start off nice and they receive until they reach a low voice, but he kept up that energy throughout, which was really interesting, even when he sang the song. But here's another intro that I would like to point out. At the end, you were like, so let's close the speech. So everybody was preparing for the presentation of the speech. That shouldn't have happened. Instead, you could have used the phrase before I leave. So it takes some time for the people to understand, the audience to understand, like, okay, you're winding up your speech. And another aspect that is not part of your icebreaker, but you did use your stage pretty well. The only thing I would like to say is try to stay at one point for a while and then shift your weight slowly and not constantly. Another aspect is the time. I believe you have crossed a bit. It's okay, it's your icebreaker. Still, it was fine. So, with that being said, I'm concluding my evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Angelina. Once again, a big round of applause to the value association. All right, Toastmaster Ganesh. A speech needs to have a connection. So when you said that all right, will have a connection, that's where you lose a bit of connect with your audience. So next time you plan your introduction, make sure that you have a connection with your content. Okay, that's one improvement. But something that stood out for me in your speech was your content and the voice. The content that you had is something that's very powerful. I think you could have framed it in a really better way, right? So one point which I love is the voice and the content in speech. Cool. One suggestion, you could have used your singing skills as your introduction. That's something that will grab the audience attention. So we have all the elements we need in our speech right in our hands. We just need to realize where to put those elements so that we have perfect speech. At the end of the day, there's nothing called perfect speech because if you have an evaluator, that evaluator will point out something or the other. So our best that we can do is to make sure that we structure it the right way. And the main point of your icebreaker was to structure it. So an amazing icebreaker with an amazing content, but a little more structuring would be better. Now coming to the evaluator Toastmaster Angelina, a very personal note while introducing the objectives. I love how you talked about the theme and then got into the introduction. One improvement while introducing, you said that you'll be judging the speaker, but never use the word judge on the stage. Now, it's a club meeting, it's pretty much good, no one gets offended. But when you go outside, it's better to use a word called evaluate. Right? That's an improvement I have to don't use that word. Now, I love how you came up with a new original phrase. This is something I've told in a lot of meetings. Don't stick to something called sandwich method. There is nothing called sandwich method. It's someone somewhere used it and it worked out for them. You might as well use masala dosa, who knows? You can always make it in a better way. And I love the cloud technique. Way to go. Now, one improvement again, while taking your evaluation, stick to your objectives, stick to the speaker's objectives. Now, the whole speech or the purpose of the speech, and that was his first speech in Toastmasters. It's just about introducing himself to the club and talking about the structure. So instead of moving around the whole point of public speaking, which takes a long journey of years, we try to point out the whole cloud technique here. try to stick to the objective so that we increase the speaker engagement. That's the only thing. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Angelina. With that being said, we'll be moving ahead to the third evaluated Toastmaster D1, who will be evaluated Toastmaster panel. Good evening, Toastmasters. I will be evaluating a Toastmaster panel. And we see you and some of you. So, loose cannon. What is loose cannon? I know cannon. But the way he expressed it, cannon, from the one, two, three, four. Great explanation of cannon in my life I have ever seen. So coming to intro, with your body posture, body movement was pretty good. And calling everyone to your face, not once, twice, thrice. He called everyone to his speech. Like, are you there in my speech? Are you understanding my speech? In this way, is calling us. So stressing the words, in some cases it is well, but unnecessarily some words are being stressed in your speech. So coming to your introduction and the whole flow of speech, the loose cannot. You introduced some of the great people into your speech. It was great. And all were somewhat a little bit motivated. And it pointed what is loose cannon person, how he used to be in his life. Coming to Napoleon, great example, fighting part, the first, second, third. Like all people were staring at him. Why is he moving with stunts? So seriously, man, I will say this is I feel this speech is best. So as you can see, the words which he used in all his speech was pretty good, but not that great. Okay. Coming to my improvements, what I would say to him is, you can see your style as the objective suggests to identify his primary leadership or styles. The style you set for your speech was, I can say in simple, to all be atom, not atmos. So it was great. And focus on your leadership as well, because it suggests that at the primary leadership or style. You focus everything on styles. I thought, and few of my, I think, general everybody might say this thing. And the improvement, come to my, I would say improvement. I wish you would prepare, negatives. Sorry. Yeah, negative part which you have been improved. Like, I understand that what I'm saying. Yeah. Preparing the speech and practicing was not seen in your speech today. So a little bit of information should be needed, and take it as positive, take it as motive, and focus on it. And finally, it changed my metonia for me. It was hectic day for me. It was great for me to evaluate it. Those were Suprema. I loved it and it killed it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raymond. As usual, red sheets can now become a regular for the speaker and the evaluation. Alright, firstly, Toastmaster Pranav. Big thing, all of us can agree to is energy. That's something I think many of us can't match because he just jumps around on the stage. Don't want to call him a monkey, but we can do. And the way to describe the two things. And how about you try a little bit of a descriptive speech next time? Because at point when you were describing something in your speech, you were impeccable. So try to describe more things in your speech so that it will be more effective for the audience. And improvements, when the audience didn't agree to your point, you call them hypocrites. That's something you should not do on a public stage. That's not really a nice thing to do. But yes, there were situations I guess, and if it comes out as a joke, that's totally okay. But you would have seen that one really laugh. So that's not the right way to go, and it was during the introduction of your speech. So don't call them hypocrites. It's totally okay to make a joke, but this was not a joke. Cool. And I love the stage movement, but after a point, it felt like Flash was moving on the stage, and there were many points where you were trying to bring the audience attention together. During the beginning of the speech, you can call the audience and ask them if they are having your attention or not. But if you're doing that throughout your speech will lose its essence. The content will lose its essence. So next time, it's okay. If you're on the seat, they have to listen to you. Do they have other choice? Not really. So instead of concentrating on their attention, try to pay more attention to your content. That's the only improvement. On the whole, an amazing speech so far, Pranav. Next up, sure, go. Postmaster A1, good evaluation, a little more structuring could have made it a little more better. Improvements are for you. Firstly, when you're introducing the objectives, don't go with stories behind the scenes. Just move on with the content because we're in the meeting. You could have done the case right after the meeting. I don't have to been a problem. The PO, she would ask the PO, she would call it to the stage, give credits to NIKHILESH, or take it for yourself. Don't be okay. But when you're here to introduce the objectives, stick to introducing the objectives. Next, one suggestion to all the evaluators, summarize your evaluation at the end. Because we would have described the whole evaluation throughout, we would have talked about the improvements and the good points in a speech, but summarizing it will give them more idea about their own speech. So next time you're honestly giving an evaluation, try to summarize the evaluation at the end, give 15 to 20 seconds to it, and summary will be done. So that's a good practice to have in your evaluation. All right, a big round of applause to all the speakers and the evaluators. Next up, I'll be calling Toastmaster Aditya Meti to give us evaluation for Toastmaster Shambhavi as a speaker and a team topic master.
Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests, and a warm good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Shambhavi. And what I have one question: what did NIKHILESH get after completing his 10K? Don't answer, I'll answer it. It's a rhetorical question, so he got praises. I believe praises. Okay, satisfaction and praises. So coming to your strengths, I would be praising you a bit. You had a quality humor in you, not just humor, quality humor is what I could say. In your summary that you were giving after each and every speaker, so that's a good thing. You fabricated the story really well, and if I was in your position, and given that it's a spontaneous thing, I would not have been able to grasp all the points, but you did that really well, and you fabricated a story out of it. You even brought out your own points and added a few more value to their speech. And also, I found that you had a bit of audience interaction, which is your again a plus point. Your voice modulation was on dot when you said 8, 10, 8, 8, 8, 15, and so on. So your voice modulation was also perfect. Okay, another question. What did Brahma Ganesh get from his dad after not working on his weaknesses? Another time. So basically, now let me talk about your weaknesses, Toastmaster Shambhavi. Firstly, body language. You are just using a book and standing here, maybe fidgeting around like this. So I prefer that you use the entire stage while giving your summary and also have eye contact with everyone. I have seen that you are having the eye contact with a specific person, that is your target speaker or the target table target speaker. So have an eye contact with everyone so that the audience will be engaged in your speech, what you are actually telling. And also, use the stage properly and avoid moving back and forth. Finally, just like how Toastmaster Pranav ran for 10 kilometers to a Kaju Katli shop to get Kaju Katli, but he faced a challenge saying that the Kaju Katli shop was closed. So I have a few challenges for you so that you keep running another 10 kilometers to get your Kaju Katli. Okay. Challenges are avoid bringing book on the stage, only one challenge. Don't use book on the stage. I have seen that you are not flipping your book while giving the summary. So then why bring the book itself? So you could have kept the book there and delivered whatever you had in mind. So in a summary, in a nutshell, you have to have you should have body language, should have eye contact, and if you follow all this, then I have something for you. People will run 10K, that is 10 kilometers for 1 hour just to listen to your 5 minutes of speech. Yeah.
Now, one good thing I've already observed in Aditya is that he has good one-liners. Teach me a few. All right, a big round of applause to Shambhavi and Aditya, please. Firstly, let's talk about Shambhavi. Amazing topics with the theme. According to the theme, that's something I really love. It's not mandatory that should have to talk topics around the theme, but it's important to have it so that the meeting looks a little more. That's something you added to the meeting. You added value to the meeting. So great job done there. And next up, you showed your evaluation skills in the summary, a little bit here and there. So when you are summarizing a table topic, the thing that I would have expected is not a big summary of it. Just 2 to 3 lines is what is expected from a table topics master. Because at the end of the day, it's just a 1 to 2 minutes finish, and people have already listened to it. 1 to 2 minutes, I think people will concentrate. You need not go ahead with big summaries. There were a few parts where you had a small summary and it was something. So when you're a table topics master or a host, the summary people look at is a subtle summary, not really a elaborated one. So just that one improvement. Other than that, a great job as a listener and a table topics master. A big round of applause, please. Okay, Toastmaster Aditya. I love how your evaluation was totally structured, but again, stick to your evaluation objectives. Yes, we can go beyond it, but not really to an extent where you look at a lot of other things, ignoring the objectives. So a lot of the evaluation was focusing towards body language and how her eye contact was. But rather you could have concentrated on the topics that were there. How were they designed? What is the intent behind the topics? Was she encouraging people to come onto the stage? Was a summary of the previous speaker helping the next speaker to come onto the stage? These are the questions you could have looked at as an evaluator by evaluating a speech, which included listening. So that's an improvement I have here. Other than that, I love your one-liners and the structure of your evaluation. A great job done. All right, now let's move on to the tag teams report. Firstly, I would like to call for the grammarian, Toastmaster Sri Lalita.
Okay, I'd like to start off by saying that this was a very interesting session for me as grammarian because so much. I wrote so much. I've never written this much in class also. I'll start off with the good usages. Toastmaster Nikhilesh said, pull myself out of the bed sheets, both literally and metaphorically. So, and Toastmaster Abhinaya, you had a city which never stops bustling life with opportunities, evolving our mindset and embracing the dance of life, of course, your title. It was beautiful. Toastmaster Aditya, it's in a bit of chronological disarray, I hope you guys don't mind. You had fabricated a story and you used the word fidgeting. And Toastmaster Angelina, you used nitty-gritties. Toastmaster Ganesh, you had quite a bit of good usages. You had hit the track. You said, I have cold feet and I have cold as well. And you used interpersonal communication or intensive public speaking. Lovely bit of alliteration there. And you also had make things, mend hearts, or break things. Lovely bit of alliteration as well as rhyme there. And you used the word nexus. Toastmaster Sharanya used the word bewitch. Toastmaster Abhinaya, you used intersection of dreams and reality, which I love. Toastmaster Pranav, he has more idioms and good expressions than what I am supposed to have as grammarian. Not a stickler for rules. You had by hook or by crook. You had titans of the industries, and of course your speech title loose cannon. And you use the idiom of the day. And you also use the fact of the matter. Toastmaster Aditya, you used to kill them with your speech, bury them with your smile. And the general evaluator said you have lovely one-liners. You also used people will run 10K for 1 hour to listen to you speak for 5 minutes. Then there was Toastmaster Nikhilesh again with, you might feel like you're winning the battle, but you will lose the war. And Toastmaster Shambhavi, you used Go Minds to reach that milestone. I can vouch for that. Paid no heed to your pleas. And coming to the improvements, there was done amazing, which could be better put as done amazingly. And there was some 5 followers, which could be better put as around or at least 5 followers. Asides your education could be better said as besides your education. There was roaming across the globe, which could be roaming the globe. There was reaching people out, which could be reaching out to people. And there was you can't stop doing whatever you're addicted, which could be better put as you can't stop doing whatever you're addicted to. There was also reach to the spot, which should be reach the spot. And there was a perfect example, which could be better put as the perfect example because perfect is a superlative. And on a similar vein, there was speech is best, which could have been speech is the best. And coming to the people who use the idiom of the day and the word of the day, idiom of the day, as I mentioned before, was used by Toastmaster Pranav, and word of the day was used by Toastmaster Angelina and Toastmaster Raymond. And with that, I conclude my report as the Canadian.
Alright, how is that for the Hungarian government? Now there are very few people I look up to and I hear a few reports. Now I think for a Hungarian report, I would definitely look up your Toastmaster Srilanka. That was one heck of a report. Thank you so much. And you've done your research before doing the role. I think that's something that's needed for every one of us. When we take up a role, we need to know more about the role. What's required for the role. When we do that part of research, our report makes a lot of difference. Not just to us, but to the speaker. Next time I'm not getting this pen on the stage. All right, a big round of applause to those who are working on. Next up, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Viraj as the account for today. Onto the stage, please.
Hello everybody. So as an accountant, I'll be giving report on every speaker who has come on stage. Starting with Abhinaya. She had 4 hours, one and well, and a few pauses in between. But because it's a Toastmaster icebreaker speech, that is all good. Toastmaster Ganesh. He had 1 hour and few unnecessary pauses in between, which he could have avoided, according to my knowledge. And for filler words, he has most of the time used I and and. So he can improve on that. Toastmaster Pranav, he has used the filler word well many times in the speech. And now, apart from that, he has repeated a few words, which he can avoid. Toastmaster Jasuda, in her TDM, she has used or twice. That's all. So that's good. Toastmaster Regan, he has used of many times and he has repeated a few words many times. So he can improve on that. Toastmaster Sharanya, she has used so many times. So she can improve on that. Toastmaster Ram had 1 and 2 so. That's all. Angelina, Toastmaster Angelina, a filler word she has used many times was and. But that too was true. She didn't use many times. Sorry. Toastmaster Aditya. I think his filler word is okay because he has used okay 2 to 3 times. So to improve on all this, as Toastmaster Asha said, we can write a script and practice on it. That will make us better. And do attend sequence sessions. That will improve too. So thank you. Over to Toastmaster Asha.
This is called learning from your mistakes. All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Viraj, for that amazing report. I'll get back to the summary of the tackling at the end. But for now, I would like to call upon the timer for today's meeting. Toastmaster Smriti on stage.
So in the prepared speeches segment, first Abhinaya, your speech time requirement was 4 to 6 minutes. You're taking 5 minutes 20 seconds, which is within the time limit. The Toastmaster Ganesh, 4 to 6 minutes again. It was 8 minutes 5 seconds, so not within the time limit. Toastmaster Pranav, 5 to 7 minutes. It was within the time limit, 7 minutes 10 seconds. And coming to the tabletop session. Toastmaster Jaswita, you took 1 minute 47 seconds within the time limit. Toastmaster Pranav, 1 minute 52 seconds within the time limit. Toastmaster Revant, 1 minute 18 seconds within the time limit. Toastmaster Sharanya, 1 minute 25 seconds within the time limit. Toastmaster Ganesh, 2 minutes 29 seconds within the time limit by buffer. Toastmaster Ram, 1 minute 40 seconds within the time limit. And last, the evaluations. Toastmaster Sharanya, 3 minutes 14 seconds within the time limit. Toastmaster Angelina, 3 minutes 18 seconds. Toastmaster Revan, 3 minutes 18 seconds again. And Toastmaster Aditya, 3 minutes 8 seconds, all within the time.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti. Well, let's start. We have something great in my hand. At least I hope it's great. Firstly, we started the meeting at 4:40, 10 minutes delay. Totally okay. Sometimes we tend to start meeting a little late because of technical issues or the road taker might be a little late. What the situation is, a 10-minute buffer is totally okay. But next time, we'll put our best efforts to start at 4:30. That's an improvement for everyone of us. Starting the meeting, Toastmaster Pranav, as the essay, again, we did not talk about his energy. He's always high on energy. And but follow the rules when you're past AD is not here too. That's totally okay. That's totally fine. Good way of introducing the rules and try to always explain them creatively. And you did that part. That's something I love in an essay. So when you're an essay on stage, try to tweak in a little bit of theme or something creative while introducing the 3 golden rules because people will listen to it better and will follow it a little better. Cool. Great job with Toastmaster Pranav. A big round of applause, please. I wanted to get the improvement after the applause. Well, introduce the PO, always have an introduction. I know that to introduce Jaswita in every meeting, I know it's a little tough, but have an intro no matter what. At least according to the meeting, that's why we have a team in a meeting. It's totally okay if it was just said that she never comes. That's a good intro. All right. That's one improvement. Have an introduction for the PO. Next, our presiding officer, Toastmaster Jaswita, open the meeting, job done right. Announcements, job done right, but an improvement, be a little more firm. When you're on the stage as a table topic speaker, I observe more confidence in you. Now get that confidence in your presiding officer as well. And that's totally okay if you're firm as presiding officer. I totally relate because when I was a second year, I was the president of the club, and the first meeting I had to thank a lot of people because it was the 100th meeting. I was totally online. And I started thanking everyone on this planet. It makes sense. So later on, I understood that it's totally okay to mess up, but today you didn't mess up. A little more confidence would do wonders. That's the only improvement. Great job, Toastmaster Jaswita. A big round of applause. All right, the star for today, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster NIKHILESH. How are you feeling?
Same to that, not good.
Hey, not 10K marathon, but good energy and engagement. That's something I really love. That's something a Toastmaster of the day always needs. Because you listen to a prepared speech section, then go through a table topic session, but in between, there is this person who comes and tries to help you out by leading your energy. And Toastmaster does that job really well. And say something is okay, but you translate it, and that's what I think about it. And that's something everyone is following right here, even though you're talking in your native language for a sentence or something, that's totally okay. You translate it and you will do it right. That's good point. Now, first thing, look at the time, right? It's a long meeting, and we have 3 speakers. Not every day one block there's 103 speakers in the meeting. So then you get an half hour. When you have extensive evaluation, extensive speeches, so try to cut down content a little, and that's okay. Do so because at the end of the Toastmaster of the day, keep it a crisp, right? And the second improvement is let's get the facts. It's not medley. It's actually medley. And second thing, like, it's not 16,000 plus, it's 14,000 plus. That's an improvement. You cannot take the Toastmasters today. Keep every detail to the point. That's one improvement. Other than that, the data of that Toastmaster, keeping it inside. Alright, we spoke about speakers and evaluators and the table topics master. Let's talk a little about the tag team. Firstly, I loved all of your reports, first of all, because at least when I was in this year, I was totally underconfident and I used to show three cuts of the time and mess up every speaker's speech. So that's not something we're looking at right now. We're looking at a confident bunch. So an amazing thing. But first, when you're introducing your role, try to tweak in the theme into it, or try to come up with a creative introduction. A few people who did that today was our counter Toastmaster Viraj. When he started out, he took me by surprise. I thought he was going to speak that way, but for a second he twisted it up. That's what I call hook and punch. That's something that's really amazing. So have your introductions created. Next, this is an improvement for all the evaluators and the tag team. I want to keep it very general for everyone of the evaluators right here because it was a common point. You're telling what are the improvements, but you're not telling how to improve. That's something that's really important. You've told that you can change sentences in the communication, but how do we get to that part where they realize that they can change the sentences? Easy way, watch more English series. We've done that already. If not, if you want an ideal approach, how many of you have heard about Bren and Martin? The book that we never read in our life. So that's something you can look at. Go Google Bren and Martin. If you want to learn grammar, that's a really good book. So that could have been an improvement point of given. Tell them how to improve. At the time, you could have told how to keep your speech within the timeline. Or as a accountant, you could have told how to remove those years that you have in your speech. So, how to do this, how to know these improvements, how can we tell these people that they can improve it this way? Talk to your mentors. They would have done this role. Talk to them, ask all the questions that you have. What can I do to give the best report? We are here to tell people that they can improve. We are here trying to make a change in their speaking journey. So talk, ask all the questions that you have. Ask the most irritating questions. It's totally fine. I can look at a few people smiling because they've asked you irritating questions. So it's totally okay. You can be shameless. Even if you think that the question is dumb, you can be done. What's wrong in being dumb? All right, with that being said, now let's give some improvements to the audience. And the organizers. Firstly, it's a 2.5 hour meeting, and I don't think that our laptops can last 2.5 hours without the charging port. None of our laptops.
Yeah.
Did your laptop have the charging? Exactly. So have your charger connected so that at least when someone's on the stage, try to leave it at that point. After the speaker is done on the stage, try to go and connect, pause the meeting for a minute. That's a better practice than disturbing someone on the stage. That's one point for everyone of us to improve meeting quality. Second one, I want you to be very genuine about this. How many of the speakers know the script? It's totally okay, dude. It's totally okay. Do it. Next time, that's good. And how many of you got it approved? See, that's where the whole difference comes. Try to get your speeches approved. Good job, Ben Toastmaster Garage. I'm happy that you did. The next slide. Write your script, not just write, but rehearse a lot of times. That makes a lot of difference in your speech, and you can observe it the next time you deliver your speech. Next one, do not enter or move during the meeting. Was this one of the 3 golden rules? Did we do it in the meeting? No, not straight. So when someone's on the stage trying not to move, I understand that there are a few improvements here and there, but when a speaker is on the stage, definitely not that. Pause the meeting right there after the speaker is done. That's something we can do. So follow the three golden rules no matter what. Next one, we could have written the demo of the day and quote of the day on the board so that people will use it a little more. That's a very small thing. We can do that. And right now, the last but not the least, actually, before the break is what I observed. Why are you spread out in the whole meeting hall? People have sit together a little. I mean, no one's really a terrorist, right? That's not the point. Try to sit in the front. Try to sit together because that makes the meeting look more good. Not just that, we always think of networking with a lot of people. We have in Toastmasters, we network a lot with people. We try to talk to more people. It's not just above the ladder, it's horizontal networking as well. You need to get more about your own peers. How many of you know about each other in the club? There's always group. Don't do that. Try to come together, sit at one place, and that's what makes the club a lot more better. That's an improvement not just for this meeting, but any meeting that we have. We have 20 members in total, and we are occupied till the last one. This is a meeting hall of capacity almost with 80 plus. So try to sit together, and that's what makes the meeting a little more better. All right, last one. A few phrases that went on in the meeting: bloody, goddamn, and when you're doing evaluations, negative, because this is something that we don't use. We have to use words like improvements or what you could have done better. These kind of things are better words, and negative and critics are not the words to use. And bloody and goddamn, not really for me for a meeting. All right, summarizing the whole meeting. Was it a great meeting? Absolutely. Could it have been better? Definitely. So this is something that we need to take away from every meeting. I'll send you a whole list of the improvements to the XCOM. If you want to have it with you, please send it over to the members who have asked for it. You can totally look at the evaluation, try to improve in the next meeting. I know it's taken a lot of time than it's really supposed to take, but this is something you asked for, and I'm here. Thank you so much. It was amazing to hear from our leaders. Just a bit.
First of all, I would like to congratulate everyone, especially the people who joined the club very recently. You have been in the presence, you witnessed Toastmaster Nasha today. Actually, I'm kind of surprised today because when he was on stage for the general evaluation, I thought, no, I was running all along, and this time my pen will also run out of ink. I thought I have so many suggestions, but okay, now let's keep this for the after the meeting part. Continue with my story. I started running again. Injury was done. It was done. It was the past now. I started running. Everything was going on perfectly fine. But as fate had it, fate had it. NSIMS. I had my NSIMS started. So I had to stop running completely. I didn't put on my running shoes. I didn't go on runs early morning. Nothing. I stopped. But anyway, I somehow ran to the exam hall at the last moment because I forgot. Okay, shit, I have an exam. I have an exam. I should check my door. I have an exam today. So all that. But then yes, I went home and alas, the atmosphere there, it was so beautiful. Morning 8 o'clock, afternoon 2, evening 5, night 10. You can run anytime. The weather there was so pleasant and it was not Bangalore. It was in Bangalore. So the first time weather was pleasant, it was in Bangalore. And lucky me, I found a group of people who had to run. For them, running was compulsory. Toastmaster Brahmagani could agree. Who was opposite. And I was very lucky to have a group of people who I can run with. Everything was going perfectly. I started running. I started clocking long distances and everything. And everything was planned and according to the schedule. I had my 10 kilometer run, the run which I was working so hard to for a week down the line. But then on that day, I get called, someone rings the bell, someone rings the bell, and it's those people who I run with, and they say, come on, let's go for a quick run. Now please focus, quick run. What do you mean by quick run? 10 minutes max. But they had other plans. That 10 minutes, it wasn't for 10 minutes. It was a run, but not for 10 minutes. That run lasted for 52 minutes and 36 seconds. And I end up with a double-digit distance under my belt. And that is where you all clap and say, oh, let's go. Anyway, that's me and your team 10K. For all those people who didn't get the context from the poster, I hope you got it. I hope you got everything clear and you understood what I mean by that. Sorry, people, you might be getting bored. After the presiding officer for the results, that will be my time on screen only. How much time from the group?
Good evening, everyone. Everyone stuck to their phone screens, I guess. Okay, what fast? I want to talk to you. Well, do you know what I love the most about this session? The inspiration Nikhilesh has given me. No, the amazing constructive feedback that Harsha has given me. It's really great. But the thing that I love the most is the table topic session. Not the table topic master. She is really great. I understand that. But the table topic speakers. I remember when I took my turn a while back, I could see people struggling to cross 40 seconds. And today, when time was announcing, everyone is far 1 minute. I was the proudest person in the room. Okay, yes, agreed table topic master topics, but a shout out to the members who have taken it. And I really encourage all of you to take topics for the next meeting as well. A huge round of applause for yourself. Clap, clap, clap. Let me have a little source master sign again. Okay. And get a sign of contact. Please give me a thumbs up if you have voted. Yeah. Why haven't you voted?
Then two more.
Yeah, one more. The guest voted. That one question hasn't it?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, I got the responses. The best of way forward. First to Toastmaster.
President.
The best speaker goes to Toastmaster Piano. The best guitar role, yes. Yes, the Ghanaian. The best of the speech evaluators. Oh, that's great. It's a tie. Toastmaster Angelina and Toastmaster Aditya.
That's better than you.
Or
Let's look at the table topic speakers to start now. Thank you, everyone. We have two great guests in here. So, okay. Mansi, can you come on the stage with your feedback? No, okay, stage will come to you. Phase one. The other sentence has to be even more fun. More fun. Okay. It was really interesting and I learned something. Thank you, guys. We are running out of the time, but if he wants to speak, the stage can come.
Have you really asked me for feedback?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll not go with feedback. One thing that I always wanted to, I think I said it a lot of times. Toastmasters is a place that has changed me a lot. Not just as a speaker, but as a person in the first place. Because I've become more responsible, that's for sure. Running around with Ron as a first year kid was a totally different version of me. That was around 3 years and 30 kilos ago. So that's a completely different pace. But right now, after 4 years, Toastmasters is something that has added a lot of value. And I think if someone would have put me on spot like this 4 years ago, I would have did that exactly. Thank you so much. But right now, I think I'm speaking a lot more. You can please come up with this. So, if you want to talk, I'll still be here. But you can please come down on stage to whatever you want to do.
Because the meeting is officially closed, I can't do whatever I want to do. So let me be more confident. Well, thank you for everyone for being such a great audience. And I officially declare the meeting number 1 second. One announcement, which I've been meaning to give you, is that the renewal season is again on. Please renew before September 31st for the term October to March 2024. And I officially declare the meeting number 218 10K closed. Actually, is able for networking and please have a picture. Come onto the stage.
one second, stop the recording.